This is NIADA TV, the official streaming TV show for the National Independent Automobile Dealers Association, whose mission is to promote, educate, and advocate for the nation's independent dealers. Let's get today's show started.
Welcome to NIADA TV, the official streaming show of the National Independent Automobile Dealers Association. I'm your host, Cory Mosely, and I'm thrilled to have you with us. Next month, the nation's top independent dealers will all be in one place. The 2026 NIADA Convention and Expo being held in Colorado's Rocky Mountains. I recently had the opportunity to speak with one of this year's convention speakers, Jason March, dealer principal at March Motors in Jacksonville, Florida, about his upcoming session. Here's that conversation. Jason, thanks for taking some time to talk to us today.
Good morning. Thank you.
So your topic this year is how to crush your reconditioning time. Tell us, why is this such an important issue for dealers right now?
Well, with most things, it's more expensive to buy cars, to hold cars, and to sell cars. So the faster we can do that as an industry, as an independent car dealer, hopefully the more money we'll make at the end of the year, or the less money we'll spend throughout that reconditioning period of time before that vehicle is retail ready.
Now, you're going to be speaking at the convention. So what that typically means is you've worked some of this stuff out. You might have a secret sauce that you're going to be sharing with everyone that you're doing down there in Jacksonville. What are some of the takeaways that you expect, or I should say attendees should expect to get from your session?
So we've been in business 28 years, and my brother and I, both in our 30s, have really tried to dig into why it takes so long to get a car from the auction up to the front line. And I hope to share some of the secrets, some of that secret recipe that we've come up with, some things to keep in mind, some numbers that you can use each week or each day pretty quickly. And I hope to also give some real life examples that people can take home and use in their dealership the day that they arrive back from convention.
All right, so I love the suspense here because obviously we want people registered, but give me a little tidbit. Give me one of those things that you might be sharing.
So I think one of the easiest numbers to come up with in our day-to-day dealership activity is how many cars did we prepare for the front line last week? We call that time to line. But how many vehicles actually entered into the stage of available? I can sell the vehicle to someone. It's not in auction condition. We're not waiting on parts. We've already cleaned the vehicle. So what I want to teach is a very short equation on how you come up with how many cars you finished in your reconditioning or your service department the previous week. And so how we're going to come up with that number is we're going to look at how many vehicles we had available on Monday morning of last week. And we're going to look at how many vehicles we have available Monday morning of this week. And then whatever the difference is, we're going to figure in our sales number. And then from those 4 different numbers, we're going to come up with how many cars we finished in our reconditioning department last week. And we can look at that every week, every month. We can look at it day over day. So it's a really simple number. It's kind of hard to explain while we don't have a piece of paper or a whiteboard to show it on, but I'm really excited to dig into that a little bit.
Well, that is why they have to attend. Now, before I let you go, what would you say to dealers right now who have not registered yet to attend this year's convention?
You know, even if you've been to conventions in the past, I think every convention has its own unique takeaway, and not just what the convention offers, but what you come to the convention hoping to take away and how you've grown since your attendance at the last convention, whether it was last year or 5 years ago. So I would think that going to the convention in 2026 with all the AI education, with all the latest and greatest vendors showing off their products in the expo hall, I just think it's a must attend for the year because everybody's there, and this is where most of the information is being shared. And I think it's money well spent.
Jason, thank you for taking the time again today and for pouring into the dealer community with this information that's working at your store. Look forward to seeing you in Colorado.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Cory Mosely from NIADA TV. If you're serious about growing your dealership, there's one event you can't afford to miss. The NIADA Convention and Expo is the largest gathering of independent auto dealers in the country, bringing together top operators, industry experts, and the solutions you need to stay competitive. Over 3 powerful days, you'll gain real-world strategies through high-impact education sessions, build valuable relationships with dealers across the nation, and explore the latest tools and technologies inside the industry's biggest expo hall. This isn't just another conference. It's where dealers go to level up. Register now and position your dealership for what's next. Well, that does it for today's show, and be sure to share this episode with your industry friends, partners, and colleagues. And if you haven't already, head over to NIADA.com/convention and get registered today. I'm Cory Mosely for NIADA TV, and I'll see you in Colorado.